Hello everyone. I just had some things I wanted to share with you. But before I get started, I just wanted to apologize because I'm not a very good speaker and I do get really nervous. Also, I wanted to say that I'm using this cute little bear because it really doesn't matter what I look like. It's the message that's important, and I'm not here to get famous off of YouTube. Here not so long ago, I did a video on my testimony, and I've gotten some questions, in my personal email box asking questions about it, and I just thought it'd be easier if I made a video to explain it a little better. For some of you out there who haven't seen the video about my testimony, I'll give you a brief story about it. I mean, there's more to my testimony, but the part that that people are asking questions about. When I was not living my life as a Christian, I used to work at a strip club, and I worked as a dancer, and I'm not proud of that. I'm very ashamed of it, in fact. But when I was working there, I had seen something that was really bizarre, and I had talked about it on my last video. If you would like to hear about that, just go look for my video about my testimony, and you can listen to it from there. But what I was thinking I would do is I would read a message that I've been sending out to people, so that way everybody that might have the same questions can, just listen to this video and maybe get their questions answered. Okay, here it is. Here's what it said. When I worked at this place, I saw a lot of strange things. Like the other dancers, some of them had slit-like cat eyes. They would change back to normal looking. I told one of them that they had strange eyes that looked like a cat, and she just laughed at me. The ones that had eyes like that were different in other ways too. They could bend in ways that no regular person can bend. It was scary looking. Like they could fold their bodies in half. They could do this on the floor and on the pole. I knew they were different. I also noticed that the girls that were different, their skin would get bumpy sometimes, but not like goosebumps, in an ugly kind of way. Their skin would change back to normal, then back to bumpy when they were on stage. They even had weird tongues too, and they loved to show it off when they were dancing. They creeped me out. Then one night I saw a group of men that were there for a very long time, getting drunk. Their faces started to change. It looked all evil and then had the slit-like cat eyes. They were staring at me like they knew I saw them, but they didn't seem to care that I noticed them. They were calling me to sit with them, but I got scared and I just ignored them. I noticed that when their faces changed, all of the men that were sitting at that table all changed at the same time. It looked all distorted and had a look like an evil lizard with slit-like cat eyes. It would stay that way for a few seconds, then change back to normal looking. Then at times they only had the look of distortion, where their face looked blurred out, because they didn't make a complete change, I guess. They looked like a demon lizard. They had some kind of bumps on their face. It was just hard to make out since they kept on changing so fast. They seemed to have scaly skin just like the dancers did. I didn't know about the reptilians when I first saw this. I remember seeing this and was so confused about what I saw. Then later I realized what I was seeing. I did tell my ex-husband about what I saw. He thought I was just crazy. I know what I saw, and it was real. I didn't take drugs or drink beer or anything. I even tried to tell one of the other dancers, but she just ran off when I told her what I saw. I thought she was rude for not answering me. Maybe she was too scared to talk to me about it. I don't know, but she ran off when I told her what I saw. I'll never forget what I had seen while working there. I wanted to know what I was seeing. Then years later, I gave my life to God. I prayed to God, please use me to help others. I picked up the Bible and was led to read Genesis 6. It was about Noah and the flood. I knew the story about Noah and the flood, but I never knew the whole story. When I was a little girl, I went to Sunday school, and they told us the story about Noah and the flood. They just didn't tell us that all they told us was that the people on earth was evil, and God had to clean the earth, which is true, but they didn't go into the whole story. In Genesis 6 it says, "And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them." Okay, right there, men and daughters, okay? And then it says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they choose. If you notice, they're talking about two different types of beings here. They're talking about daughters of men and the sons of God. The sons of God are the fallen angels. And that's what this whole thing is about, if you read on. And then it says something about, let's see, I'll just read some more. "And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with men, for that he also is flesh, that his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God, fallen angels, came unto the daughters of men, human women, and they bore children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that every imagination and of the thoughts of his heart was evil, only evil, constantly. And it repented the Lord that he had made men on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, I will destroy men whom I have created from the face of the earth, both men and beast, and the creepy things and the fowls of the air, for it repented me that I made them. But Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord." So right there, I was when I was reading that, I was like, this is, what are they talking about? And I started getting more into the more research, and I started to realize that they're talking about fallen angels. And they had children, and they were giants, and I found more scriptures about the giants, and that's where we get the story about David and Goliath, and I was just like, wow, this is interesting. Okay, this is what else I wrote to him. The sons of God are the fallen angels, and they picked them out a human wife and had children which were giants. And that is where we get the story about David and Goliath. The Bible talks about a lot of giants. God flooded the world because people were corrupting DNA with the fallen angels. The reason they did this was because they wanted to corrupt all DNA so that Jesus could never be born. So God had to put an end to this. Noah and his family were the only ones that were not accepting of the fallen angels. Another name for the giants is the Nephilim. I can't say that word, I'm sorry, but some people know what I'm trying to say. If you don't, just look up the word or ask someone else. But it's like Nephilim or something like that. But anyways, and it's a plural word, and they're the offsprings of the sons of God and the daughters of men in Genesis 6 and 4. Another book to read is the book of Enoch. It should have been added to our Bible, but it wasn't. I don't know why. Maybe on purpose. The fallen angels came to earth to teach men of the earth of the secrets of heaven. This made God really upset too. It says the fallen angels also taught men technology. In Luke 17:26, it says, And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. What it's saying there is, that Jesus will return when the days on earth will be just as the days of Noah. But to really understand this, a person has to know what was going on in the days of Noah. Because we've been drinking and eating and giving in marriage for a long time. There is a hidden meaning that some people miss. It is the part about the sons of God, fallen angels, coming to earth and picking them out a wife and had children that were giants. I just wanted to add that people know of the fallen angels as aliens because they do not know what they really are. The aliens, or fallen angels like I like to call them, have gotten better at mixing their DNA with humans that nowadays you wouldn't even notice them if you see them. The Bible says that soon all things that are hidden will be known. I think that is what it means when it says the lifting of the veil. I think that the reptilians are having a harder time hiding their identity. And the closer we get to the time when Jesus will return, I really think they won't be able to hide anymore. The reason they are here now is that they are getting ready for the Battle of Armageddon. And they are building up their army by mixing DNA with human. I know it sounds crazy. I have a few videos that give more Bible scriptures that back this up. I really think that we are living in the days that are just like Noah's days, because if you pay attention to the media and you just, I don't know, do a lot of research, you'll hear a lot of stories about people being abducted by aliens, and it's happening more and more and more and more. And I just wanted to share that with you. And I hope you have a nice day. And I love y'all. God bless you all.